Okay, I'm Ralph. I'm with Flexfilm, and I'm excited about this video because we are in the lab, and this machine is one that you've heard about. You don't know what it is, but you've heard the QUV testing. This one right here is an accelerated weathering tester. What this machine does is we put samples of various films that we want to test in this machine. I'll show it just in a second. And we don't install it on any glass. We just put them in on the slides without installing the film. And this machine does three things. It has constant UV exposure to the film. It has heat, and it also adds humidity. And on the side of the machine is where the humidity is introduced into the machine. These are just the gauges that demonstrate basically, how long the film's been in, so we can monitor it. We generally test the films incrementally in this machine in 100 hours, 300 hours, usually up to about 1,000 hours. We can begin to see a trend if there's a problem in the early stages, but after 1,000 hours we can see the final conclusion of what's going to happen. But basically what we're trying to do with this method of testing is we're simply trying to determine how likely or how probable this film is to fade. And we're going to do these three things to see where the films come out. I'm going to have to hit this stop button. Did I get it to stop? It's okay.
Yes.
It is stopped.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to show what's inside the machine. Now each one of these are just different slides. We're going to choose one. Oh, that's not the one I want to choose. You may want to help me with this. I got the wrong one. Do I want this one? Ah, thank you. Now, what this is, that is a pump, making a lot of noise, pumping moisture. Okay, we've added two films here, and I can actually remove this plate to get my samples. There's a part of this that's exposed, and then there's a part of the film that's not exposed. After the end of the test, we can see the difference between what's exposed and what's not exposed to determine the level of fading. Now, inside this machine I can feel this, you can't. There's actually heat inside here, and there's actually humidity as well. And then these are a series of bulbs that are constantly blasting this product with UV so that we can see what happens at the end. And then this is simply how they're just laid in here, and they're all samples. We close the machine, we hit start, and now we wait. That's how we find out what's going on with your film. Thank you. I'm Ralph, I'm a Flexfilm, and we have another testing machine. This one right here is the latest and greatest, most up-to-date unit. We did the video on the QUV testing machine, which is just a UV bulb and the humidity and the heat. This is called the QSun, and it's called the Xenon test chamber. Okay, this is probably about $100,000 machine, as opposed to the older $20,000 QUV machine. And this machine has several advantages over the old machine because it has a bulb in it that actually mimics the sun. The QUV testing machine is limited because it's just UV. It still has the heat and the humidity. Well, this one has the whole spectrum, the IR, the UV, and the visible light. And the bulbs are stronger, they get hotter, and sometimes you can get results quicker with this machine. And this machine also has an additional feature that the QUV does not have, which is a misting feature. You can actually take paint protection, and you can get really accurate results by misting it, because it's going to be on a car, it's going to be exposed to the elements, and you can mimic that here, where you can't do that as effectively with the QUV machine. You can also use this machine or see this machine used in other industries, like automotive paint. You know, the paint's on the car's outside. We see rain, We see heat, we see cold, we see everything. This machine can mimic a lot of these and expedite results to show us what's going to happen. And so we're using this obviously for window film, but it does have other uses. I want to show you what's inside of it because it's pretty cool. Just a chamber here with various slides to test with. They literally lay here on a metal or aluminum tray. They're secure. They get the lights are coming from above. There's a lot of mirrors in here, so there's constant exposure. There's constant heat. There's constant humidity, and if necessary, we can even control and add mist to get the full weatherable effect. And again, this is a better, faster, stronger machine than the old QUV, but we do use both machines to get different results that we're looking for to get so we can tell you what's going to happen. This is it. Everybody needs one of these at their house. I'm going to see about getting me one tomorrow. Thank you.